I think I first need to set the context. So Linda Grant says, she's a novelist and journalist. Linda Grant says that she learned to tell stories at an early age because her family had to tell lies, and for survival purposes and economic reasons. And I very much relate to that. My father told incredible stories to be able to get from somewhere difficult in the Second World War to England. And so he was my first example of a storyteller. And it transpires these are, made up stories that were purchased by many ex-servicemen. But on my mother's side, there was also a need to lie and conceal and hide experiences that she came from a very different background, a very working class background, but things had to be kept secret. So that idea of, I sort of storytelling, other people might see it as lies. And in our family, I think we have that dynamic. So that's when I became aware that there were stories, if you like. So that's the context. But we used to drive to Poland to visit my grandmother. A very long, arduous journey when we were children. And my brothers loved to laugh. And so I used to tell them ludicrous stories. I mean, very silly, extremely surreal stories about cats, mostly. And they used to howl with laughter, and I thought, oh my Lord, there's all I had to do was make them laugh, and I knew how to make them laugh. And that was kind of my first experience. But I also saw from the front seat of the car my parents breathing a huge sigh of relief that I was entertaining this unruly mob. And I suddenly saw the power that I had, as well as the enjoyment that I had in being an author, even of the most ludicrous and ridiculous material. And that has kind of stayed with me. I'm forever thinking about the power of the author and the enjoyment of the audience. And that, I think, has led me to this research.